Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers and Jazz include 8 players in blockbuster mock trade. The Los Angeles Lakers look like one of the best teams in the West over the last month, going 6-4 in their last 10 games and climbing up to the number 5 seed in the West. Their midseason trade to acquire Dorian Finney-Smith is already paying off, with Smith giving them a multi-positional option who's already closing lineups. The team is one step closer to contention but needs to fill certain holes in the roster. With the team addressing its weak forward depth with Finney-Smith, it's time they look towards other pain areas. This refers to the team's lack of playable guard depth and no competent center outside Anthony Davis. Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus has suggested a trade that sees the Lakers land 2 players to address their areas of need while giving up a major draft pick haul. This deal essentially gives the Utah Jazz a set of 3 unprotected first-round picks for helping the Lakers in this deal and their 2023 trade to salary dump Russell Westbrook. The 5 players involved may as well be immaterial, as the real value in this trade comes from 3 draft picks, all of which are likely to convey after LeBron James has retired. The Lakers front office has a solid record of hitting on unheralded players, whether it's through free agency or the NBA draft. However, there have been a fair few missteps in the last 2 seasons which the Lakers can get rid of in one trade, which lands them 2 players who are bound to make them better. Walker Kessler has been discussed as a potential Lakers target for months, with the 23-year-old center averaging 10.4 points, 11.3 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks this season. He could be a member of the franchise core for another decade, provided he can develop a more competent offensive game outside 5 feet of the basket. Colin Sexton is averaging 17.7 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 3.9 assists this season. He might be the ideal solution to the team's backcourt needs next to Austin Reaves, being able to score as well as be aggressive on defense. However, it might be better for Sexton to replace D'Angelo Russell as the team's 6th man, continuing with the defense-oriented Max Christie in the starting lineup. The 5 outgoing players are all players they can do without. Kessler and Sexton directly replace Jackson Hayes and Gabe Vincent. Cam Reddish already lost his spot to Max Christie internally, with Christian Wood and Jalen Hood-Schifino's departure having no impact on the Lakers' on-court production. They can upgrade these players by just signing veterans in free agency to fill roster spots. The Utah Jazz got the memo early this season and started tanking from day one instead of after January. Rui Hachimura and Dalton Knecht among 6 untouchable Lakers players in trade talks. The Los Angeles Lakers have made one significant trade this season and could make another before the February 6 deadline. If they do make another deal, it would appear unlikely that Rui Hachimura or Dalton Knecht would be on the way out. Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus reports they are among 6 players considered untouchable. Competing executives have also told BR that the Lakers, at least to date, have shown no interest in discussing trades that include Rui Hachimura or Dalton Knecht, or, obviously, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Austin Reaves, Bronny James, etc. The Lakers not wanting to discuss trades involving LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Austin Reaves, and Bronny James isn't a surprise. LeBron and Davis are the best players on the team, and Bronny is going nowhere as long as his father is around. Reaves, meanwhile, has seen his name pop up in rumors from time to time, but the Lakers have reportedly been unwilling to include him in trades. Hachimura and Knecht now being part of this group is quite interesting but not all too surprising. They've both impressed at various points this season. Hachimura, who is in the 2nd year of a 3-year, $51 million deal, is averaging 12.1 points, 5.3 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 0.9 steals, and 0.6 blocks per game for the Lakers in 2024-25 while shooting 42.2% from beyond the arc. Head coach J.J. Redick seems to have taken a liking to the 26-year-old, as he is one of 4 players on the team to start every game they have been available for. As for Connect, he has somewhat hit the rookie wall now, but we saw enough from him earlier in the season to know he is someone the Lakers need to hold on to. The 23-year-old is averaging 9.7 points, 3.4 rebounds, 1.0 assists, 0.4 steals, and 0.1 blocks per game in 2024-25 after being selected with the 17th pick of the 2024 NBA Draft. If the Lakers insist on keeping hold of all 6 of these players, though, then it might be safe to say we shouldn't expect a big move before the deadline. The likes of Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, Christian Wood, and Jalen Hood-Schifino appear to be ones they're open to parting with, and they won't get a star for them, even if they include some of the first-round picks they can trade. The Lakers could make a smaller but smart move, though, like when they acquired Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton from the Brooklyn Nets for D'Angelo Russell, Maxwell Lewis, and 3 first-round picks. They had lacked an elite 3-and-D wing for years and addressed that issue by landing Finney-Smith. The other big issue for the Lakers this season has been not having a capable big man apart from Davis. As a result, they have been linked to quite a few centers like Jonas Valanciunas, Nick Richards, and Robert Williams III. The Lakers would take a step in the right direction if they are able to get in a quality big man, and it will be interesting to see if they are able to get a deal done in the coming weeks. $50 million 3-time NBA All-Star open to Lakers trade, report. The Los Angeles Lakers are one of the few teams that Phoenix Suns star Bradley Beal is willing to waive his no-trade clause, according to John Gambadoro, the longtime sports radio talk show host of Arizona Sports 98.7 FM Phoenix. As for Beal, the no-trade looms large. He could have gone to Milwaukee before he ended up in Phoenix, but that was turned down. Have heard he would waive no trade for LA, Miami, Denver, but I do believe there are a few others that he could ultimately decide work for him, Gambadoro wrote in a post on X. The Beal experiment in Phoenix isn't working as the Suns move the 3-time NBA All-Star guard to the bench, along with veteran center Jusuf Nurkic. I think we just feel like we needed to make a change, Suns coach Mike Budenholzer told reporters, per the Arizona Republic's Dwayne Rankin, before their January 6 road game against the Philadelphia 76ers. Throughout a 48-minute game, you gotta figure out your best combinations, your best ways to try and have success. They are 2 important players to us, 2 very good players for us, we just felt like we needed to make a change. While Budenholzer maintained the change was a product of their 4-game losing streak, league observers view it as the Suns' way of forcing Beal to waive his no-trade clause to pave the way for their pursuit of Miami Heat's disgruntled star Jimmy Butler. The Suns are the most interested team in the Butler sweepstakes, according to NBA insider Mark Stein. They would have to need Beal to waive his no-trade clause to make a trade possible. However, ESPN's Shams Charania reported on the January 6 episode of the NBA Today that Bradley Beal's contract is a non-starter right now for the Heat. The Suns would need a third team to absorb Beal's remaining 3 years worth $160 million of his 5-year, $251 million max contract in a Butler trade. The Lakers could technically trade for Beal. However, it would gut out nearly half of their roster to match Beal's $50.2 million salary for the season. The Lakers are also not eyeing to add a third star after the failed Russell Westbrook experiment, according to Los Angeles Times' Dan Woik. Instead of frantically hunting for a third star or pushing chips in on a starting caliber center, the Lakers, rival executives believe, will move in different ways than it might have seemed earlier this season, Woik wrote. Max Christie's rise as a defensive linchpin in the Lakers' backcourt has sparked their rebound from a rough stretch as they won 8 of their next 11 games before his costly inbound play turnover late in the game of their 119-115 loss to the Houston Rockets. The Lakers would like to wait for Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt's return to fully evaluate their roster after the acquisitions of Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton before making a move, Woik added. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Bradley Beal? Leave your opinion in the comments.